imagine, guys, that you have an amazing idea with a real potential, a great team and a well-developed plan. But one thing is missing, the funds to get off the ground. So this is where seed funding steps in. Yes, you heard that right. Hi guys, today in Startup Buzz, we are going to talk about 5 steps for getting seed funding. One of the biggest distinguishing features of seed funding is that seed investors do not lend. Yes, that's right. They expect a share in the future of the business. So if any of you entrepreneurs are starting to collect seed funding, you should be comfortable handing over some of your business to the investor. If entrepreneurs don't already have the savings, they should look into a seed round. Now let me guide you through some of the basic steps to obtain seed funding for your startup. Firstly, determine the amount of seed money you need. As you can determine this by answering some essential questions like how much seed funding should you raise? However, above all this, don't forget to ask yourself if you're willing to let go of part of your equity in exchange for the funding. Secondly, identifying the list of potential investors. One of the most important parts of the process is identifying potential investors. Having the right partner can make or break your business. Today, there are a plethora of investors, both small scale and large scale, who are really keen on investing in homegrown startups. Thirdly, prepare the necessary documents for seed investors. Here is a list of documents you need to have ready before approaching investors. For your business plan, having a clear chalked out plan of what you want to achieve and how you would be doing it is a great way to convince investors. Ensure you use concise language. Research the market well so you have enough information. For your pitch deck, put all your ideas in a deck. While you can do this using the usual presentation creation tools like PowerPoint presentation or Google Slides, I recommend taking some extra effort. Also, prepare an elevator pitch that can often come in handy when meeting investors for a brief amount of time. These pitches are usually 30 seconds long and highlight the value proposition and business metrics. Furthermore, reach out and meet your seed investors. Once you have your investor list and the pitch ready, the next big step is to reach out to the investor and let your pitch do the magic. You know who you want to approach, but where will you find these potential partners? One of the most common places where you can get in touch with an investor is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great platform for identifying and networking with the top investors in the country. That brings us to the next place, networking events. Various networking events keep happening across the country where top businessmen participate to grow their networks. Some of the most prominent funding meetups for startups and businesses in India are Investor Series at Lounge 47, Investor Events at Beehive, Bootstrap at Breakfast, and events by the Indian Angel Network, Startup Growth Networking Meetup, Indian Fund Fest, and many more. And lastly, negotiate the final deal. This stage of the process can make or break the deal and directly affect your business. Here are some of the tips what we think would be useful for you in your negotiation process. Always be prepared. Knowing the ins and the outs of your business plan and market helps reassure the investors that you mean business. Be mindful of the way you converse. Remember, investors love formidable founders who know what they want and how to get it. Have a perfect balance of humility and confidence that shows that you know the game. Now, each of the 5 steps we have discussed here, the biggest hurdle for most of the founders is to prepare the right documentation to convince the investors that your business concept is sound. Many founders can communicate their product vision but struggle to provide tangible, convincing projections of revenue growth, burn rate, and operational expenses. Hope these steps will be helpful for you to raise your seed round funding now. Do share your thoughts with us and keep watching this space for more such content.